you're struggling with anxiety, if it's ruining your life, if it's making your life really difficult, and you're wondering where is this anxiety coming from, what is the root cause, what is on a subconscious level that is causing that anxiety, and how to release that, then this is the video for you. My name is Ivana, and I'm a subconscious reprogramming expert, which means that I help people get anxiety free, which means that they're dropping their anxiety levels from severe and moderate to mild or minimal in 10 weeks or less. And how I help them do that is by identifying what is the root cause of their anxiety, and by helping them, guiding them how to release that root cause, and then how to reprogram their mind so that the thoughts that they're thinking and the emotions that they're feeling are different to what was causing their anxiety in the first place. And we get to the root cause of anxiety on a subconscious level by identifying the main subconscious triggers and how they were created in the first place, connecting to that on a subconscious level and releasing it at its source. So trigger is a word that is very common. A lot of people are using it in the coaching industry, in the spiritual community. And what triggers are is a circumstance, an event, or a thought that triggers an intense emotional reaction that feels like you don't have control over. So it happens automatically, and whatever you try to do to stop it or interrupt it, it doesn't really work. So you feel at mercy of your emotions and like you're not actually in the driving seat of your life. And the reason why it feels this intense is because there is a subconscious belief that was formed probably very early on in your life that creates negative emotion. And every time that subconscious belief gets re-triggered, reactivated, it creates more of that negative emotion. And all of that negative emotion is staying stored within your body. And so nowadays, decades later, probably, when this subconscious belief gets triggered again, the intensity of the emotional reaction comes from the amount of negative emotion that was stored over time every time this subconscious belief got activated and reaffirmed. So in order to get to the root cause of your anxiety, you need to identify those subconscious triggers. You need to identify how they first got created, going back to the very source of where they came from, and release them at that source by reframing the situation, by changing the perception of the situation, because the perception and the meaning and the interpretation of the original event or events that created these beliefs was what created the belief in the first place. So let's make this very practical and let's help you identify at least one subconscious trigger and how it got created right now. So for that to happen, ideally you would be in a place where you're not disturbed, where you can close your eyes and where you can speak out loud. If you cannot do any of those things, then just leave your eyes open or respond silently. But I would definitely advise that you repeat the exercise when you can be undisturbed as well. Nevertheless, you'll get some insights this way too. I also want you to prepare pen and paper so you can write some things down to make the exercise even more efficient. Okay, and now I want you to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. In just a few seconds, with the next breath that comes, you're going to start to count from 5 to 1 with every inhale and exhale that you take. So breathe in, 5. Exhale. Breathe in again, 4. Exhale. Breathe in again, 3. Exhale. Breathe in again, 2. Exhale. And one last time, breathe in again, 1. Exhale. And now just let yourself go deeper and deeper and just sink deeper into your own internal awareness. And as you continue to sink deeper and deeper, I want you to connect to the emotion of anxiety within yourself. If you're anxious right now, then just connect to that feeling of anxiety. If you're not feeling anxiety right now, I want you to remember a recent moment, event, circumstance that caused you to feel anxious and connect to that feeling. Just let that emotion, that feeling come to your awareness and observe it. And as you're observing it, I want your mind to take you back, way back to a moment, event, scene that has everything to do with how this emotion got created. So I want your mind to take you back to an event, scene from your life where you felt this emotion very intensely and maybe for the very first time. So your mind is just taking you back, way back to that moment, event, scene. And that moment is forming in your mind. And you're seeing it more clearly with every word I say. You're seeing more clearly the event, the moment, the scene where you experienced this feeling before. And now I want you to be transported back, and I want you to be that version of you that was in that moment. And I want you to tell me, how old are you? Say it out loud. How old are you in this moment? You're perhaps seeing a visual. If you're not seeing a visual, that doesn't matter. Just respond as if you're seeing the visual. If you're seeing a visual, then I want you to pay attention to your surroundings, and I want you to notice if you're alone or if anyone is with you, and what is the context of the situation. What is it that you're experiencing right now? If there's no scene coming up, then just work with the emotion that's coming up, and that is okay. That will give you the result as well. And so as you let yourself sink into that feeling, you will now respond as the 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 10-year-old, 20-year-old that you just said you are of that age. So the age that you set off, I want you to become that version. So now you're becoming that version of you in that scene, in that moment, of however old you just said you were. And I want you to say out loud, I feel anxious because, and I want you to finish that sentence. Just let whatever comes first to your mind to come out of your mouth, or say it silently to yourself. I feel anxious because, finish the sentence. And that means, finish the sentence. And that means, finish the sentence. And that means I am, finish the sentence. Okay, perfect. So I want you to open your eyes now for a second and take that pen that you have prepared, and I want you to write down the sentences that you said after that means. So there were 3 sentences that you said, that means, and that means I am. So I want you to write those 3 down. And those 3 sentences are actually your subconscious beliefs. So it can be something like, I'm alone, I'm not safe, I'm unlovable, I don't have control, I'm unworthy, other people are mean, no one loves me. It can be all kinds of things, but these are some examples. So I want you to write those 3 sentences down, and those are your subconscious beliefs. Those are the beliefs that are getting triggered and activated when someone makes a comment, when someone cuts you off in traffic, when someone doesn't fulfill their part of an agreement, they stand you up, or they don't show up, or they say that they're going to do something but they don't. Whatever it is, those are the subconscious beliefs that are getting triggered, and because you start to subconsciously think, I'm not enough, I'm unworthy, I am unlovable, I'm alone, I'm not in control, I'm not safe, whatever it is for you, the feeling of anxiety is getting produced by those thoughts, and that's why you feel the anxiety. Okay, so now I want you to close your eyes again. Again, take a few deep breaths. And I want you to imagine that on your left side, you're seeing this scene, this moment that you just witnessed and examined. And on the right side, you see the feeling of anxiety that you have today. And I want you to see the connection. What is the connection? How did this event affect you? How is this event still showing up in your life today? What is the connection? Is that feeling that you felt then the feeling that you feel today in so many situations? And I want you to notice how this past event, together with similar past events that you had, created this feeling over time, and now it's showing up over and over again in your present moment, and it's making you feel like the events that are happening today are causing this feeling, but it's actually just getting triggered and activated because of the things that happened to you in the past. And now I want you to imagine that you're going back as the version of you that you are today, an adult of 20 something, 30 something, 40 something, 50 something. And I want you to go back into that scene. I want you to imagine that you're stepping into that scene and you're looking at that young version of you. Or in case if you're not seeing a scene, then I want you to imagine that you're looking at the emotion that you were feeling. And I want you to say, that's not me. I'm not that version of me anymore. I'm an adult now. This is in the past, and this is over. And now I want you to approach that young version of you, and I want you to give it a big, big hug. And I want you to say, I know what you're going through. And I'm so sorry. I know it's so difficult. Thank you so much for going through this, because it made me who I am today. You are the reason of who I am today. And I want you to ask that version of you, do you want to come with me? And if they say yes, I want you to take them by their hand, and I want you to imagine that you're creating this tunnel through time where you're taking them into the present moment with you, to the place where you live today, to the place that you love the most about your life. And I want you to show them around. I want you to show them where you are now. I want you to show them your accomplishments. I want you to show them your phone, your computer, things that they couldn't even imagine that they could have just a few seconds ago. Now it's all theirs. And that makes them believe that magic can happen and that things can change in a second. They were waiting for you for so long, and you came. You saved them. And I want you to give them a big hug. And I want you to tell them, you're safe now. You are with me. This situation is over. It's gone. It's in the past. And it could never, ever happen again. And as you're hugging them, and as you're bathing them in this unconditional love and compassion, you're seeing them becoming brighter and brighter. They're turning into this beautiful light that's merging into your body, and it's becoming an inseparable part of you. It's being updated and upgraded to the present moment, and the power you left in that moment in time, in past, is coming back to you right now. It's re-merging with your body, and it's making you stronger. It's making you more confident. It's making you more powerful. It's making you remember who you are. And from now on, you'll never be alone, because you always have this beautiful, young, innocent version of you that is the essence of who you are. And they are never alone, because they have you. They have your knowledge and experience that they didn't have. And together you're creating this beautiful harmony where you can achieve your goals. You're tossing out all those limiting beliefs that you identified, and you're replacing them with, I'm safe, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm calm, I'm protected. And as you are replacing them with these beautiful beliefs, you can feel that beautiful light that just merged within your body, creating a bubble around you that is creating a protective filter for only what's serving you to come through that filter, for only supportive, loving energies to come through that filter, and to create that loving, comforting presence around you at all times. Perfect. And now you can open your eyes, come back to full awareness, easily, gently, calmly, effortlessly. And I want to welcome you back. So this is just a little part of what we do in the sessions. And so if you did see a scene, if it was really easy to access then that's an amazing precondition and an amazing sign that this process would work for you, the process that I use with my clients to get to the root cause of anxiety and get rid of it. And if you didn't see a scene, then understand that, because I didn't see a scene the first time I was doing this exercise. And when we're very immersed in anxiety, it can be difficult to access that part of our brain, but I never had anyone that I couldn't guide into coming up with the scene. So still reach out, and I'm sure that you still had an experience although you didn't see a scene, because it's not about the scene, it's not about the visual, it's not about the event, it's about your feelings and perceptions and the meanings that you assigned that turned into subconscious beliefs, just as you've seen in this exercise. So this is just a little part of what we do in our sessions when I work with clients one-on-one to get them to the root cause of anxiety. So this is a little part, and we identify these bigger parts that you connect into a whole story, into a whole meaning of how anxiety got created, and then I help you release it. And I give you a recording that you listen to every day. So you're reprogramming your mind daily by listening to this recording, with new beliefs getting infused directly into your subconscious mind and changing your thoughts and changing your emotions. And you're changing your nervous system so you can feel calmer and safer and react differently. Because these triggers get removed and released, your reactions to things that are happening around you change. And so through that, your life starts to change as well. So if you're interested in going deeper with this, then DM me trigger free. And let's talk about how that can happen. If not, that's totally fine, but I would still love to hear your experience of this. So please reach out and tell me how this was for you. What was your experience, whether positive or negative? Did you see anything? Did you not? How did you feel? If you want some additional advice on maybe how to make it more efficient, let me know. And you can repeat this exercise daily whenever you need to uncover more and more about what's going on in your subconscious mind and release it more and more, so gradually you can become calmer and calmer. And if you want to get to the root cause, to the full root cause of your anxiety and release that completely from your subconscious mind, as I said, DM me trigger free, and let's make that happen for you. Thank you.